Like pirates versus ninjas, do you like toys or comics better? Hey guys, Comic Relief Crusader here. With a little bit of interesting news. This one comes from an anonymous source. I know who the person is, but I'm not going to out them whatsoever. And this is a little bit of interesting news of something that's going on between Hasbro and Skybound Entertainment. So, one being the toy company, one being the comics that have two very important properties currently right now, which is G.I. Joe and Transformers. So, which have been out for several months now, and quite a few fans are lapping it up. Some other fans, not too much. But there's something going on behind the scenes that a lot of people don't know about. And I'm not going to name any names whatsoever to protect the identity of this person, but I'm gonna let him tell it basically in a roundabout way in his words. So, certain details have been left out, but I'm going to give you the meat and potatoes of the conversation basically about what's going on over at Skybound between Hasbro and Skybound Entertainment over at Image. I had basically complimented him on some artwork that he was doing. He's been to various cons and whatnot, and I told him like, dude, you should really apply over at Skybound Entertainment to do G.I. Joe. And this is basically what he had said. Skybound isn't hiring anyone but their stupid friends who pay like $50 a page. That's why the comic books look so terrible. Basically the level of an independent zombie comic book. Every one of us from Marvel to IDW has tried to get on there. They barely talk to us. They act like we don't exist. And Hasbro isn't happy about it either. Me and others were recommended by Hasbro to them. And fans have started to complain too, and it's brewing. The sales are big because it's not IDW, and Hasbro proved to themselves that woke goes broke. So now they are not sure what to do. So when I asked them about Kelly Thompson, who's doing the Scarlet miniseries right now, who was involved in some of the worst developments over at Marvel and DC, like the woke approaches to Carol Danvers, and that's why this new take on Scarlet will have to be viewed cautiously. This is basically what he said. So Hasbro has their hands tied as they, Skybound, have the property. They have an agenda, but they can't force it anymore with their top two properties. Hasbro gave suggestions, but nothing was in the contract. And Skybound has got the license based on a small portfolio of artwork. Basically nothing. Hasbro is doing what they do, like a parent with a small child. Let them screw up until they have to step in. Hasbro is kind of hands off as long as they, Skybound, pay, but has suggestions and guidelines for things. There are times when Hasbro will say no. Now, Skybound is doing well, but at the rate that they're going and the route of the stories are going, it seems kind of limited. Skybound has no idea how to handle big time properties. Walking Dead was a fluke, and a rushed one at that. That is why the show differs. The story is how Kurtman really wanted to tell the story. His stuff was rushed because he lied about the book and knew it was going to be canceled. So if you look at all the Skybound Image books, they all rush their stuff, like short-term sprinting for sales. And their crap isn't on a big scale. They're going to have to walk back some decisions in their stories, like deaths and other stuff. But now, Skybound is just hiring their friends, and the books will suffer at some point, and we all know it. Skybound and Image are notorious for this stuff. Image and IDW lowered their print scales so they could justify their low sales numbers to keep shit going that they should have been canceled and only shared solid numbers. That means the shops bought, not actually what got sold. So there you have it. Skybound basically handing over a couple of sheets of artwork essentially to get the license. Probably Kurtman playing on his fame and whatnot with Walking Dead, more than likely, to entice Hasbro to get them to do their comic books. And, well, Hasbro making suggestions saying, look, these are some really good artists that we would like you to use. And Skybound saying, no, we'll just hire most of our friends and, we should be good. It's basically it. While ignoring a lot of other talents that, more than likely, would have just boosted their sales even more. But I suppose that's what happens when you're buddy-buddy in the comic industry and only looking to get your friends in and forgetting some of the actual really good talent that's out there, which would have made things even better for Skybound. How long is this going to go on? I'm not exactly sure, but I'll be keeping track of this as long as I can, and we'll have to see what happens with the two franchises over at Skybound with Transformers and G.I. Joe. Should be a pretty interesting development, especially if they're hiring woke writers like Kelly Thompson, who's currently has the Scarlet miniseries that's out right now. But only time will tell. As for me, this is the Comic Relief Crusader. If you're new here, please like and share and subscribe. And we got many more stories to tell that's out there. And we'll be talking to you guys pretty soon.